are many things which inspire us to create. The desire to help our fellow engineers. The exhilaration felt after we try something completely new. The urge to improve something that already exists. The wish to share our stories with others. Or perhaps it's the will to overcome our fears. The need to create has always been with us. It was with us when we left Earth, and it continues to guide us across the stars. Whether exploring new worlds or building something that has never been seen before, we never stop creating. But creating isn't just about practicality. It's about being bold. It's about taking the ordinary and turning it into something extraordinary. It's about comfort. It's about blending functionality with style. It's about beauty. It's about developing technologies to protect the natural world. It's about learning from the past in order to make a brighter future. It's about breathing new life into the status quo. It's about letting your imagination run wild. It's about something bigger than all of us. It's about being proud of your creations. It's about not settling for something that's good, but striving to achieve something that's truly great. Introducing the Space Engineers Decorative Pack. What will you create?
Hello there, and welcome to another Space Engineers video tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up a basic scene with the new replay tool, a cinematic tool that we use internally to create the trailers. So once you're into a game and you're ready to get started, once you hit Alt F10, which brings up the admin screen, you'll find a new option in the drop-down, Replay Tool. Now in here you can see a variety of buttons that you can use to add characters and manage the recordings. There's also an actual list of steps to follow to actually make the scenes yourselves, but I'm also going to do this video because I think this will make it clearer for some people. So we've got a character already, so let's take the guy we've got right here and let's make him do something on this ship, and we'll see what happens. So if we go escape there, then hit F6. Now the important note is to save the game once you're into the start position. So this can be our start position. I'm going to do Shift F5 just to quickly, boom, right there, done. So once he's in position, he's going to be basically walking down or running down this ship towards one of these miners. So let's do Alt F10 again. And now if we hit record and replay, disappears, and now we can start our movement. And let's just look back, down, maybe even turn our lights on and crouch. So once we hit Alt F10 again, we can hit stop recording and then press reload worlds. Now we don't want to save it, because if we save it now, we'd be saving the end state, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep the save as remembering where the start position of the character is. So let's just hit reload world and we'll see exactly what happens here. As you can see, we're back at the start position, and we can have a look at what we just did by doing Alt F10 again to bring up that menu, and then just this time just hit replay. And there we go, the exact same actions, because this records the keyboard and mouse input of your actions when you record it. So it's basically repeating those exact steps. It's not actually recording the character as such, it's recording the character's the movement of the mouse and the keyboard inputs while you're in control of that character. So there we go, we see that that has fully replayed. So to make this more interesting, we want to add some characters. So let's reload the world again, because we want to get back to that start position so we can actually watch the other engineer to see where he is when we actually start moving the second character. So there we go, we're back in, and we can do Alt F10 and we can click add character. Now you see we've added a new character here, and then by hitting F6 we can actually toggle between the different characters. So here's our second character, and if we now press escape and get this character into the second start position. So I'll tell you what, we'll just have, he can just be actually following this engineer here, or maybe he can run down the right hand side. So I'll get him maybe here. You can do Shift F5 to quickly save it, Alt F10, and then record and replay. So that's going to replay and record the character that we're currently controlling. There you go, and then we can run as well. And on this side. Have a little chat here as well, maybe. The lights are on. Fantastic. So now Alt F10, we can hit stop replay, and now that is actually, oh sorry, stop recording, and that's now actually recorded that second character as well. And we can see that by reloading worlds. But before we reload that immediately again, I'm actually going to add some more characters and just show you how you can quickly set up a very interesting scene. So add character. Next character. Let's see. Okay, let's have a ship taking off here. So we're going to get into the ship. It's unlocked, and we can do. This time we're going to do Shift F5. Switch back to this character. Alt F10 and record and replay. See that guy's running past us, and away we go towards the blue ship there. But I'll just leave it like this. Alt F10 and then stop recording. Now one thing to note is there are some limitations which you will kind of learn in some ways as you use this tool. But my recommendation after spending hundreds if not thousands of hours with this tool is to really make the shots as small as possible. So don't have a character running for like half an hour around some complex track. If you're recording a shot, like, I wouldn't say much longer than, you know, 10 or 20 seconds, because there are certain factors which can cause some randomization, and I'll get onto those a little bit later. So let's get one more character in here into the other ship, the front ship. So I'm going to add character again, and equally you can also, by toggling through F6, you can also click remove character, and that will actually remove the one that you're currently looking at. So let's get to this character and escape. There we go. Get into this front ship. Save it on the main character here, and there we go. Alt F10. Record and replay. Now we've got a good view actually of what these guys are doing. So you can see exactly when they move off. There we go, they're off. So we can run. You should see us being followed. There we go, by the second ship there that we did it actually first. Right, let's reload this and actually have a look at how this is looking as a total overview here. I would like to do more of these videos, in fact, kind of going behind the scenes and showing some of the things that I use to make the trailers. But the one I'm going to show you right now, by hitting F8 and going into spectator camera, so there's some inverse kinematic shenanigans going on there. I'm going to go to some of the menus settings and go to graphics and turn the field of view down to 40. And you'll see why in just a second. It feels like we're closer in, but what it actually does is make everything feel that much more, oh hello, cinematic. You can see I did a shot like this in the most recent trailer. So let's see here, how are we going to have this shot? I guess we'll have it like in this corner, like so, and then once I hit replay, you can see the scene unfolding just as we recorded it there. We can fly down the end. I'm using shift scroll wheel to control the speed of the camera here as well. What we're noticing some different speed shots. And that's basically it with the replay tool, how to set up a basic scene. Now I want to quickly talk about some of the limitations that you might find with this tool. One of which is when you're controlling ground vehicles. Because basically, whenever there's an impulse in Space Engineers, there's a certain amount of randomization. So when you replay a scene and you have a vehicle driving in a straight line, sometimes when you replay it, it will go slightly to the right, slightly to the left. So it can be something that you have to kind of repeat to get just right. And maybe in the future, we'll be looking at how we can improve the tool. But at the moment, some of the factors that are just in the game as itself, which make the game actually better for the normal game, cause problems for this replay tool. So I think that's one of the things. Another one is changing character skin. So if we go to Alt F10 here, even just now we finished the recording, we can do slot replay, and I want to change the skin of different characters. Now we have this special menu here, which is not out in the med bay, because basically once you're into a start position, you don't want to have to run to a med bay, change, and then go back to the start position exactly. So this is a quick way to change a character. So we do this. Okay, this guy can be a red guy. We can press F6 again. Get to the other guy here. Change skin. This guy can be a green guy. The point is, you have to set these colors every time you reload the world. Because basically all these characters are actually my Steam ID. Whenever I refresh the world, in the current implementation, it basically looks for your Steam ID's information. And this is something that we want to potentially look at improving in the future. But as you see here, even if I save it, whatever I do, once I reload the world, they'll all be back to the white color, because the white color is the color that I selected in the med bay. I mean, the option that I set in here is not lasting. That's the whole point. So for example, for this scene, I can prep this, right? That guy's gonna be green. we're going to have this guy, and this guy can be wearing skins as well. So we can drop down here, you can see all the skins that I own. So we can put a missive suit here for this guy. So there we go, we've got a missive suit, we've got a guy with green. And then once again we can do Alt F10 replay, and they'll replay with their skins. But unfortunately, the skins do not last. So there's another little limitation for you guys to work around at the moment. I know it's not ideal, but I still think with this tool, we're going to be seeing some awesome cinematics and screenshots. Now, we've been talking about this as an advanced feature for making the videos and so on. But I think everyone will be able to have some fun with this for creating screenshots. I mean, I can just go in here and do add character, many characters, and I can then position all these various characters into some cool shot. I can have some get some tools out here as well. We'll get some maybe I'll get the weapons out, so we can have like a mini army of engineers here. Let me just get them to position, drop them down. Make quite a lot here. Okay, well, a couple more. Okay, one more. There we go. So now I get spectator out. You can imagine now you've got a screenshot, cool looking screenshot in single player, which kind of looks like it's in multiplayer, right? So you can make a really interesting, busy shot, even if it's not a video. So I definitely think that this is can be useful for all players, be it showing off your creations, be it making these cinematics. But we're super hyped to see what you guys will actually come up with. And also please do leave feedback, because other than the limitations I mentioned, we will be looking at how to improve the tool potentially in the future. Actually, one more thing, there is a limitation now where you cannot interact with objects. So for example, if I recorded myself opening this door and running through, it won't work when I replay it. All the same with button panels. So again, this means that when you're making your videos, you have to do your shots in steps. So you have to do like, okay, running up to the door opening, or you can use timer blocks or a sensor or something like that to open the door, rather than the interaction with it. And it's to do with the aiming of the character. And again, this is something that I think we can look at fixing or even implementing. But all the trailers that you've seen with all this tool being used, they've all had the same limitations, but I've actually, I've come up with ways to get around that. So I hope that you can also too find that and you'll be okay with that. But ultimately, I really hope that you guys will enjoy this now that it is in the community's hands. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up for today's basic tutorial for the replay tool, and I hope we can actually go into deeper and maybe try and think of some more cool ways you can use this tool. But I'm also betting that there'll be some awesome community creators who will be showing off the power of this tool as well. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time. Zocli out.
Like and share if you enjoyed the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video.